Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Caroline and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Before we hop in, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you know when I post and you can check out my other videos. I always really appreciate your support. Today, we are going to be going over all 12 books I picked up in the month of July. So first, I picked up Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. This one I got sent the ALC for, so thank you so much to the author and NetGalley and the publisher for sending me a copy. I died when I got sent this book. Stacey Willingham is one of my favorite authors, and I was so grateful to get the audiobook sent to me early. This one I believe is coming out on August 12th, and it was great. It is a mystery thriller about a woman whose sister was unalived when they were children or teenagers, and now she is revisiting her hometown where the crime occurred to try and figure out more information and get some extra closure. And she ends up landing on a farm that her sister used to work on in the summer. And she goes on this farm, I think just looking for some nostalgia, for some memory of her sister, but there's always a twist. And it gets dark. There is some romance in this one too, which I really enjoyed. The main character, the FMC in it, she meets a man who becomes not really a love interest, but there's some flirtation and stuff going on. And obviously, stuff goes bad. But I did like that part. I thought that was pretty unique for Stacey Willingham. Her other three thrillers are normally more domestic. They normally have kids involved. And this one was just really unique. I ended up giving this one a 4-star. It wasn't quite a 5-star for me, but I did enjoy it. Definitely check it out. The next one I picked up was Someone We Know by Sherry Lapina. Sherry Lapina was who started me out in thrillers back when I started reading thrillers a few years ago. The End of Her by Sherry Lapina really got me into thrillers. I love that book. This is another one I picked up this month by her, and it did not disappoint. I ended up giving this one a 4-star as well. I would say like a 4.25. It basically follows a suburban community in upstate New York as they grapple with a bunch of their houses being broken into and a bunch of weird things happening in the neighborhood. And it's really a story of when you think you can trust everybody, but you really can't. And it is a nail biter. I was on the edge of my seat. I really thought it was different characters throughout the book, and it ended up not being anybody I guessed. And that's the way Sherry Lapina rolls. Definitely check it out. It's a quick, one-sitting read, short chapters, 4 stars. Next, I picked up Give Me More by Sarah Kate. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this one. I posted a reading vlog with this one in it, and it was so much fun. Definitely go check it out. The link is in the description. This one I gave a 4.5. It was amazing. I had such a good time. This book is extremely spicy, so check trigger warnings and go check out that reading vlog. Okay, next I picked up The Doomsday Mother by John Glatt. This is a nonfiction biography about Lori Vallow Daybell, who is the Doomsday Mother. She, unfortunately and horrifically, unalived her 2 children because she thought that they were zombies, and her love interest convinced her of this because of their religious beliefs, and she is crazy. She is crazy. If you don't know who Lori Vallow is, definitely go do some research, watch a few YouTube videos. It has got to be one of the saddest stories to come out of American true crime in the modern day. I mean, it is truly heartbreaking and despicable, and she is a horrible human being. But we are talking about The Doomsday Mother by John Glatt. This one I gave a 3-star. I didn't really enjoy it. I don't think that the story was told very well. I've watched a lot of content about Lori Vallow, and I don't feel like this book had anything that nobody knew about. There was no additional information. The story just kind of was lackluster, in my opinion, based on the other content that's out there about the case already. So I would say you can skip it. It's not really worth it. I listened to it on audiobook, and if you just need something to listen to and you're at a true crime podcast, maybe pick it up. But other than that, you can skip it. The next one I also read in a reading vlog, and that is The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I know. I am late to the game with this one. This one was a February star, and I didn't read it in February. It's now July. I finally picked it up, and I get the hype. I gave this one a 4-star. I will say I did not get the 5-star feeling from this book. I think that the drama was a little too much for me. I can see the appeal and I can see how everyone really enjoyed it and had a great time with it, but at the end, I thought they all were so immature, specifically in the ending. How it all was handled when they were older adults, I still felt like they were really immature. And for me, that just kind of gave me the ick, but I still had a really great time and I would 100% recommend it. Like I said, I read that one in a reading vlog and I put all my reactions over there. It's in the same one that Give Me More is in. So if you're a romance girly and you want to hear my thoughts on that one, go check out that video. It was a 4-star. If you've read that book, which I'm sure you have because I'm the late one to the party, put in the comments what you enjoyed about the book and what you thought. And if you feel similarly, the characters were just immature and kind of annoying at points. Number 6 was Imaginary Strangers by Minka Kent. This one came out of nowhere. Like, it came out of nowhere. I picked this one up on audio. I was bored one day. I needed something to listen to. I was doing a bunch of homework and editing and stuff, and I just needed something to listen to. So I picked up Imaginary Strangers by Minka Kent. And normally, Minka Kent's books are pretty mid. I give them like a 3-star. They're very short. They're not well-rounded or well thought out typically, but I enjoy them. They're fast-paced, they're easy to read, and I enjoy reading them, just like I do with Frida McFadden. So this one I wasn't expecting a lot. This is the first in the series. I got her ARC for the next one, Circle of Strangers, so I wanted to get to this one first, and I'm so glad I did. It was so good. It was a genius idea. Basically, we are following a mom and her daughter primarily, but there is side characters, obviously. But basically, this mom, we learn in the first chapter that she has tried to unalive her mom when she was growing up, when she was a teenager. And her mom ended up surviving, and she kind of caught her in the act, and they have not had a good relationship, obviously, since then. So then she moves on with her life. They both go their separate ways, but she still just has that nagging in the back of her mind that her mom is still out there and could come and harm her or haunt her. But she chooses to live her life with her kids. And then her daughter starts saying that she has an imaginary friend at school, and the mom's immediately like, and the daughter explains the mom. So creepy. I think that that's such a genius story. Like, the whole imaginary friends from a kid's perspective goes wrong, and it's like a creepy person who's actually like a real person who's talking to your kid, but they're telling your kid to tell you they're imaginary. I gave it a 4.5 star. I did not think it was going to go the way it went. Typical. I never can figure out twists in thrillers. I'm an avid thriller reader and I can never figure out the twist. But this one was amazing. I would 100% recommend it. It's a super short read and it was amazing on audiobook. Number 7, I picked up Ask for Andrea by Noelle W. Lee. I love this author and I love her books, and I actually posted a short of me finishing this book and giving my final thoughts on that short, so definitely go check it out. I gave this one a 4-star. I enjoyed the POV the most that this one was told in. It is told from the POV of a ghost. Actually, 3 ghosts. There are 3 women who were unalived by a serial killer, and you're following their POV as ghosts haunting people in their life, specifically the serial killer, and then also trying to help influence the investigation into their unalivings. Super unique, and so good. I have seen so much hype about that book, and I was so nervous to pick it up, and I loved it. I did like Run on Red more than Ask for Andrea, but I think that if you're looking for a really unique thriller that you're never going to be able to read again or find again, it's one of those books. I mean, how many books are told from the POV of a ghost who has been killed by a serial killer? Not many. Number 8 is The Butcher and the Wren by Alina Urquhart. I think it's Urquhart. This is a 6-star read. This book was impeccable. When I think of an atmospheric book, I think of this book. I'm actually reading The Butcher's Game right now. I'm going to end this video with that book, but I had to run to the library and pick that one up after I finished this. I read this one in a 24-hour reading vlog that I'm actually not going to post anymore. It turned out awful. I hated it, so I'm going to scrap it, but I can still tell you how much I love this book. It was amazing. I made a little short about it, reading it with me, because my reactions were just that funny, and I just loved this book so much. I really need to talk to somebody about it. I don't want to talk about it too much on here because I think that there is a lot of spoiler territory for this book, But we're basically following Ren, who survived a serial unaliver when she was younger, but that serial unaliver still has not been caught. And he is hunting her and other people again. Yeah. It's so good. It is so good. Let me tell you, it is not a thriller. It is definitely a horror book. It is graphic. It is sickening. I was physically nauseous at points. So if you're new to thrillers, don't pick it up yet. Don't pick it up yet. Read some easier thrillers and then dive into that one, because my stomach was weak at some points. I'm moving through this next one, the second one, much slower because it's even more graphic. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's not what I was expecting, but it was really, really, really good. Jeremy is crazy. Jeremy's the serial unaliver, allegedly, and he is bonkers. Truly bonkers. And I think what made this book so amazing and what made this book be what it is that the author, Elena Urquhart, is the host of Morbid, which is a true crime podcast, one of the biggest right now. And you can tell that she's done a lot of research on true crime that actually happens, and she channeled it all into making this amazing story that we hope to God never happens in real life. Number 9, I picked up Flash Out by Alexis Solosky. This one I also got sent by the publisher and NetGalley. I believe it's Macmillan Audio. I got sent the ALC for this one, and I was really, really excited. I was disappointed once I read the book. I gave it a 3-star. It just wasn't what I was expecting, I think. When I read the synopsis, it read a little bit more dark academia to me. It was kind of like troubled theater kids and life after their time in theater being together. It was odd. It was odd. It wasn't my favorite. I did enjoy parts of it. There were certain characters that I really enjoyed, but there were a lot of characters that I really did not enjoy, especially the narration of certain characters. It really drove me crazy a little bit. There were certain parts where I was like, I can't listen to this. I gotta take a break. But overall, I think that the story was a really beautiful story of growth and coming of age and just learning life when you transition from high school to adulthood. And doing it with a group of people and doing it with camaraderie around you. That's really what this book was about. It was just a little more heavily literary fiction than what I typically like. And the story, I wasn't super invested in it. I just was kind of along for the ride to see what happened. But I wasn't super excited, I guess I would say. I wasn't super excited to see the conclusion or how their relationships all ended or what was going on. But I think it'll be great for some people. I think some people will really like it if you like theater and very artsy writing. And I would even say a little bit of dark academia. There is a little bit of an academic element to it, but it's not considered dark academia. It is literary fiction, and I don't have a lot to say because I just didn't really enjoy it. It's just not my thing. But pick it up if you read the synopsis and think you would enjoy it. I gave it a 3-star. It was mid. I wouldn't read it again, but I'm recommending it to all of my literary fiction fans out there. Number 10 is A Serial Killer's Guide to Marriage by Asia McKay. Okay, so this book is a 5-star. The most underrated book, and I truly was not expecting this to be a 5-star, like at all. I was expecting this to be a 3-star. I ended up listening to this on audio, and I was addicted. It is so quirky and fun and cute for a thriller, and I know that sounds actually ridiculous, but just hear me out. Okay, so we're following our FMC, who is addicted to unaliving. She loves it. She has a morbid personality and morbid life. And she has met her perfect match in her husband, and they end up having a kid, and she has to tone down her unaliving because they have a kid. But she can't tamp down those urges, and her husband has to be like, babe, we can't be doing that no more. We got a baby to worry about. We cannot be doing that. So it follows her and her inner monologue as she is trying to figure out how to get through this life without, giving in to these urges and these impulses. and it was so much fun. I did think that this was going to be a cozy mystery just from the cover. It just looks adorable, and I really thought it was going to be cozy mystery. But it would be considered thriller. There was more than a mysterious element. It was definitely thrilling. So I think that could be a misconception that I at least read into. So if you're thinking it's a cozy mystery, it definitely is a thriller. I would just say, in the weirdest way, it's the most fun thriller you're ever going to read. You are going to have the most fun reading this thriller, and you're going to end up closing the book and being like, why did I enjoy that? Because that's where I am. But I enjoyed it. It was a 5-star read. I will never stop thinking about this book. I had such a good time, and it literally just felt like I was just in their life, hanging out with them, and she was just telling me all of her inner thoughts, and I loved her, and I love both the main characters, and I love the story. Please read it. Please read it. Number 11, I picked up Some Kind of Famous by Ava Wilder. This is another ARC I was sent. I was really disappointed in this one. This one was a small town romance. I really, really thought it was going to read like Lila Sage, and it did not. It did not. We are following two main characters who are middle-aged. They're in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s. She's a disgraced singer, and she is traveling back and living in her hometown. She starts living with her sister and her husband, and then her sister gets pregnant and they have a baby, and she has to move and find a new house. So she bought a house in that town to get away from LA, but it needs to be fixed up and it needs some work. So she hires a local contractor who she's known most of her life, but has never really had an interest in. But y'all already know how that goes. So overall, it was really cute. The town was very warm. It made me think of Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score and the townspeople in that book. And I really enjoyed the whole support system that the community created for each individual person in this book. You could just feel the found family and the found community. And that was a highlight of this book. What I will say is the romance lacked for me. I wasn't convinced by like 80% that they should really be together. At least in a long-term way. It still kind of read a little bit frenzy to me. But I think that that's what the author was going for, and maybe I just didn't like it, and that's okay. It's just maybe not for everybody. It is small town. I would say read it if you like Maggie Moves On from Lucy Score. It's a very similar story to that one. Overall, it's really cute. I would recommend it. I think that people will love it, and I will be the outlier on this one. But it just missed the mark for me. It didn't give me any feeling. I just kind of put it down, and I was like, thank God. Thank God. Because it took me like 2 weeks to read, and that's very abnormal for me. And I think that's how I knew that it just was not one of my favorites. The next one is Guess Again by Charlie Don Lee. I was screaming, crying, throwing up when I got sent this ALC. I got sent the ALC this past week, and I flew through that book. I mean, flew through it. This is one of my most anticipated reads for the year. I am a Charlie Don Lee stan. I love him to death. His writing is impeccable, very similar to Harlan Coben. And if you know me, you know I love Harlan. But this one is his new book coming out, and it is about kind of the phenomenon going on right now in real life of women falling in love with inmates. Has anybody noticed that? Like any true crime watchers, there is a recent uptick in women like planning the unalivings of their spouses with inmates in prison, and then like writing them love letters, like Chris Watts, Wade Wilson. What's up with that? That is disgusting. I completely disagree with that. That is crazy to me, but it's a real thing. There's actually a word for it that Charlie Don Lee taught me in this book, so thank you. Charlie Don Lee really capitalized on the creepy story that is. Like, it always just makes my skin crawl when I hear women are like writing love letters to Chris Watts in jail. Why would you do that? I loved it. I had so much fun. It was a 5-star read. I had a great time, and I say that about a lot of my books. I love reading, and I have a great time when I read, and this one was no different. I would 1000% recommend it. It's coming out on August 5th. I'm not sure if this video will be up yet or not, but if it is, if it's not, it's coming out on August 5th, so either go pick it up when it comes out or pick it up now that it's out, because you need to run to the bookstore to get Guess Again. Please, I'm begging you. Oh, and Vivian Leaney, I can never say her name right. Vivian Leaney, the audiobook narrator, she is the one narrating this book. And if you've listened to Vivian, you already know what's up. And that's what really added to this book too. She did a great job, and I really, really loved the audiobook. But pick it up on paperback too. It would be great on paperback or hardback or wherever, however it's coming out. It would be great on that too. And then the last one I'm wrapping up July with is The Butcher Game. I am probably 80% of the way through this one at this point. I'm going to most likely finish it today. I have a lot of work to do, but I'm going to most likely finish it today. So I wanted to include it in this video. I am hoping this ends up being a 5-star. For right now, it's like a 4, but the ending to The Butcher and the Wren really got me, so I'm anticipating this one to be another 5-star. But check out my Goodreads and follow my reviews live so you know when I rate these books, and you can get my full reviews live so you don't have to wait for my YouTube video. Also, my review will be on Instagram as well, so go check out my Instagram account because I post a bunch of my reviews on there. And I think that wraps up today. That's all 13 books I picked up in the month of July. This was a massive reading month for me. I lost my job this month, so I've been sitting at home doing YouTube and growing this brand I'm doing, and I'm having so much fun, and it's given me a lot of time to read. So with that being said, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you check out my other videos. I have tons of other wrap-ups and hauls and vlogs to watch. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, and I hope you had a great reading month in July. Please put in the comments what your favorite and least favorite book was, so I know who stuck around for the entire video, and so I can chat with you guys about the books you read. I always love hearing what you have to say and love chatting with you guys. I hope you'll have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!